Okay, recording start ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Hi there. You wanted to discuss about some interview questions with me. I have
That's
the
correct.
document open, and here, let's start with the first one. How do we migrate WMB version 7 projects to version 11?
Yes.
So for this, I know of 2-3 options that we can do. Binary migration, that is, you have the bar files available to you in some location, and you can migrate it from one server to the other. Here I'm assuming that WMB7 is on one server, and IIB is on another server.
To be
And that's
clear,
one
Vishnu,
option.
let me clarify the question properly because it's just written in short form. So here we are migrating from WMB 7.6 to IIB 11. As you mentioned, we are having two different servers, and we are having n number of flows, n number of message sets, and n number of bar files.
Okay.
So we need to migrate all the flows from whatever we have on WMB 7.6 to IIB 11 is what the question is.
So the first option that I gave you with a binary file or a bar file was one app at a time. Okay. And the other option that we have is all at once. Able to see the edits that I'm making in the file?
Yes, I am.
And it's visible properly. I don't have to increase the font or anything.
No, everything is visible properly, 100%. Thank you.
All right. So the second option is migrating all the binary files together. So you have a broker, you have multiple execution groups, and multiple applications within it. So to migrate all at once, that is from 7 to 11, you have MQSI commands. I can't remember the exact command, but you can upgrade your 7 to 11. Now for that 7 to 11, I don't know if it is this command is supported. I know this command supports 6 to 7 and maybe 6 to 8 and 7 to 8. Since the architecture of 7 and 11 are completely different, the command might not work. So you have to go through the documentation and see if which version it is supporting. I don't even think it will support 7 to 9 because the architecture has changed. So these are the two options that's available to us. Even when you're migrating from 10 to 11 and 9 to 11, you just have to check if the architecture supports it and the migration command supports it. So that's one option, that is the binary file option that you can do. And with the source file option, what you can do is you can migrate from one version of the WMB to another version of WMB, or one version of IIB to another version of IIB. So to do that, you will have to recompile your repackage. That means you have to import the source code into IIB toolkit and then create a bar file out of it. And when you import the source code from WMB to IIB, you'll be asked to modify a few things, such as any changes that is there in the project structure, that's shared libraries and your apps, integration servers, your REST APIs. You'll be asked, do you want to modify these artifacts? The artifacts we know that are available in 7 are message flow project and message set project. So these are the only two artifacts that you have in 7, and when you take it into 11 or 10 or 9, you will have to convert them into artifact that you need, or you can retain it as an independent resource, independent project. If you retain all these as independent project and deploy, you will save time, and you're only doing a conversion from 7 to 11 only for the sake of its version that you want to upgrade, and you are not actually making use of any features in 11. You're not making use of the additional features that you get by using this new product or the upgraded product. What I would suggest is, if your project migration has time, if you do not want to migrate everything within the first month or the first 3 months of you start the project, in that case, I would suggest that you change your message flow projects and your message set projects and start using the features that you get in 11. So what are the features? You can expose an API, and when exposing an API, in 7, the way that you would do is you would have an HTTP input node, and there is no availability of a Swagger file. So the HTTP methods are not enforced by a descriptive language. Next, similar to that, when you're using a SOAP service, you have SOAP input node, and the WSTL is the descriptive language that's available over there. But since the application is still in a message flow project type, you don't actually get the benefits of having a subflow per operation. Similar to this, there are many other changes that you can do. The common libraries that you have, that is in message flow project, what you would do is you will have uh, your libraries in eSQL and the flows that you want to reuse as a message flow. You can convert these into a library so that multiple projects can reuse them, and you only have to deploy this once into an execution group. Any changes that you make here will be applicable to all the projects on runtime. So let's look at the difference between 7 and 10. In 7, you have even in 7 you have libraries, but it is of a project type as message flow project, MFP. So in 7 you have libraries, in 10 you have libraries. In 7, when you make changes to your library, you will have to recompile and redeploy all the affected projects yourself. You have to do it manually. So the changes will be applicable during compile time. Here in 11, you can the changes that you make to your library can be made effective at runtime. So there are features in 10 and 11 that you should make use of if your project is not time bound. So source recompilation is one option.
Vishnu, shall I ask another couple of more questions based upon this answer?
Yes, please do. Please do.
So first option was binary option where we just override the bar file. Either it is one bar file at a time or multiple bar files at one shot.
It's not
So
multiple bar file. It's the actual the broker itself. You will change the broker entirely and not bar file.
So in these two options or whatever, I would accept, I would consider it as only one option. So in this one particular option, when we are just overriding the bar file to the latest version.
It is not overriding. We are deploying the bar file. In 7, when you would have created the bar file in 7 runtime, and then you can deploy the bar file in the 11 runtime environment. You'll have to do a deployment.
Okay, so just take the bar file and deploy, compile and deploy it into 11 or just deployment, direct deployment. So in that case, Vishnu, does the message flow projects that we have already built or developed in WMB 7 point versions will be same as in 7 itself, or I mean, will that get affected somehow because of the additional capabilities and benefits that we have in version 10 or 11?
Behavior of 7 and 10 or 7 and 11 code should be the same. It should behave the same. If it is, I'm telling you, if this option is available and it's supported by that command. So the MQSI command I know supports from 6 to 7 and 7 to 8. I do not know if it supports 7 to 11 and 7 to 10 because the architectures are different. So this option, I'm not sure if it is supported. You have to take a look into it. I know it is available from 7 to 8.
So only these two commands, you mean to say MQSI backup and MQSI restore?
No, the command itself is something different. It's some other MQSI
Yeah,
command. I can't recall the
that's
name.
what, because both the commands doesn't suit over here. That's why.
Yes. So
Let's
I've
park that
executed.
question
So
over
the
there.
binary option with the bar file, one app at a time, you can do it
Hmm.
from one server to another server, right? And
Okay.
this option, the binary, the MQSI option that you have has to be done on the same server.
Okay.
Yeah.
And second point, when we look at the source code recompilation and repackaging, when we do the source code recompilation and repackaging to match to the IIB 10 or 11 formats, so we will, when we import the message flow projects that we have built on 7, so it automatically asks us for conversion, right? When we are importing the message flow project, it will ask whether to take it as a subflow or um, a message flow project only, and even it will ask if there are any shared libraries that we want to create, right?
It will give you some content assist. It will try to help you in converting an independent project and changing the project file, class path file, and other project related files, the settings of that 7 project into 10 or 11. It will help you in configuring the metadata, but it will not help you in converting a message flow into a subflow. So you will have to tell the tool which projects, which, for example, let's start with a message flow. So the tool does not know what is a subflow because it is a logical structure. You have a message flow project, you have two flows within it. Now the tool cannot decide what is a master flow and what is a subflow. You have written the code, you will have to tell the tool that this is the subflow. So change that extension from .msg flow to .subflow, because
Okay.
since they are logical structures in 7
Mm.
and physical entities in 10. In 7, both the files are .msg flow. In 10, you want one of them to be .msg flow and the other to be .sub flow.
Subflow, yes.
So you will have to right click on that flow and say convert this to a subflow.
Okay, so during this recompilation repackaging of the projects that we have developed in 7, so there might be a chances where we might eliminate certain um uh, developed functionality in 7 to 11 also, or sometimes we might add up with additional functionality when we have developed one in 7 to 11, right?
Based on the features that's available in 11,
Yes,
you
yes,
can
yes.
make changes to your code, and you can change and delete or add new things and reuse the old things what's available. Yes. So for example, if you have the time, if the project is not time bound, then you can change some of the message sets to DFDL. So for that, you will have to spend development effort. So it's not a action that's available from the toolkit automatically. You can't right click on a message set and say convert this to DFDL. So that's one of the new features that you get in 11. Yeah, and 10 and other versions, but you don't have it in 7. So if you want to make use of DFDL, what are the benefits that you get? You get asserts, you get quick performing uh, parser, and many other options. And you can use a DFDL file on your toolkit, and you don't have to deploy that and then test it in your runtime. And many other features like this you get from a DFDL, which you don't have in a message set. So if you want this feature, you will have to spend time to make the conversion, and you will have to do it manually. There are, as I said earlier, if you want to use a file, source file in from 7 to 11 conversion, you can do it on a time-bound manner. So that would be you just import the source code, not make any changes, compile that into 11. That's one.
Okay.
And the other one is you want to make use of the features. for that, you will have to spend time.
Okay. Yeah, we can go to next question, Vishnu.